What's up, y'all? This is Neena Perez. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have you ever felt like life has thrown like a whole bunch of at you and it is, really about to stop you from doing the things that you want to do in life? Now, I'm going to go ahead and go here really quick to shut the music down because I can hear it in my ear and I'm sure you can hear it too. Okay. Now, life has thrown all of this stuff at you, but yet you didn't give up and you're like still here. And no matter what life throws at you, you're still showing up every day. You're still fighting, right? I mean, I don't know if that's you, but I was realizing today that I really wake up every single day still fighting, even though a lot of things have happened in my life. And if that's you, I want to know that, okay? Because that has been my journey. And I know I'm not doing this journey alone. I know it's not just me, right? Come on, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for like hanging out with me and for joining me today, because I believe that there is really a reason why you are watching this, whatever day you are watching this. And I believe that God has brought us through the things he has and has have us together at this moment to share something powerful that maybe we've been through that someone else needs to hear, right? So if you're ready, I want to take you on maybe some steps and something in our journey that can help with resilience, right? Because a lot of us have been through some stuff. Okay, hold on. Enough. My dog is like chewing on his bone. It's driving me crazy. We've been through some stuff, and there's stuff in our life. There's purpose, and there's things that people need to hear that can help with transformation, okay? And what I want to give you is just a few things, and I promise you that I will try to give you things that are valuable, that by the end of this, maybe you'll look at life maybe a little bit differently, okay? So let me take it back for a moment, because a lot of you know my story, but a lot of you don't, right? And everybody has a journey of overcoming. For me, I had a journey of overcoming abuse and teen pregnancy and divorce and almost being murdered and poverty and countless other moments that I wrote in my book, Hit Me With Your Best Shot, right? And those things told me that I can't do this or that, right? But you know what? God had other plans. I mean, he was there through every challenge, leading me to something more. And even when I didn't think that I could, and I couldn't see a way out, or I couldn't see why my life was going the way it was, God knew. Right. And there was really a time that I believed that all of those hardships and things in my life would define me forever. And I still at times have to wake up and really own my stuff and who I am, because that old story might come back and try to play a part. Right. But over time, God has shown me, and I know he will show you, that these things that have happened to you are to build resilience, and they're stepping stones to help you through all of the struggles, through all of the heartbreaks, and to prepare you into whatever it is he is gathering you up to do, or giving you the insights to do to help other people. And because of that, I've been able to build the business that I love, working with women that I love and helping them reclaim who they are and reclaim their lives and their dreams and build something that aligns with their values and what they want to bring into the world. That is a beautiful thing, y'all, especially from someone like me that have been through some stuff and was depressed. I had anxiety. I had a lot of things where I just didn't know if I was worth it or good enough. And there was lots of lessons that I learned, right? The first lesson that I learned in my life is the power of God, the power of my faith. That was one of the things that I really learned in my life and that I want to share with you. Okay, because you know that in the darkest of times, that is when I had to lean on my Lord and Savior. That is when I had to lean on my faith in God. And I'm sure that those are the times when you realize that maybe you have to lean into God and something that is bigger than you, right? More than ever before. When I went homeless, I was very angry with God, and I had to stop and have a conversation with God, because I was like, this is not right. right? But I really realized that I could not do this alone. Yes, I had my family and I'm grateful for my family. But I believe that wherever you are right now, whatever you're going through, God is going to call you to lean into Him even more, to really press in, right? Because He has a purpose, a plan, and a love for us. And He has that for you. Okay. And He wants you to go beyond whatever you're facing right now, whatever you're looking at right now. So I want you to take a moment and just ask yourself, where in your life do you need to surrender control? Where in your life do you need to give it up and give it to God? Right? He has your back. He has your back. And I want you to know that it's in those places, in the places of surrender, that the real miracles start to happen, that the real things start to shift in your life. And you start to realize God has always had you, even in the garbage, even in the stuff. He's always had you. Right? Because I know that for me, I have to lean in on that all the time when I'm going through financial issues, mental issues, business issues, whatever that is. I have to lean on God and know that God has my back and that He's always had my back, even when it looks dark, it looks tiring, it looks, it looks like I'm never going to get out of it. And then I realized, hello, you've been in places where you never thought you were going to get out of it. And He has completely helped you out of it because He's a good God. Okay. So the first lesson I learned is leaning into God and leaning into my faith. And that is so important when you are going through trials and tribulations in your life and you don't know, where the heck is this going? Where am I going from here? Right? The other lesson that I learned about going and going after the things I want and still standing is the fact that I had to go through a lot of self-doubt, right? That talk that happens in your head, when no one's listening, that the talk that happens in the shower or in the bathroom or at night when you're just trying to get your head to sleep and you can't, right? That thing that we all struggle with, which is self-doubt, imposter syndrome, not being good enough, self-worth, all of that, right? And for a long time, I battled with that damn voice in my head. And sometimes it still comes. It still comes, right? You're not enough. Who do you think you are? Your dream is too big. Do you think you're ever going to make it? You're never going to do it, blah, blah, blah. And maybe you've heard those voices too. I know I have, and I still do sometimes. And I have to check myself before I wreck myself. Okay. Now, here's what I learned. Self-doubt is literally just fear. It's fear in disguise. And I always talk about fear being face and eliminate all restrictions. So when I'm afraid, I just do things that are just like different. I try to think outside of the box. I try to look different ways. Okay. And so one of the ways that I began to silence that voice is by speaking truth over it. God doesn't make junk. I know that God loves me. And I remind myself every day that God did not bring me this far to leave me here in my shenanigans and in my mess. I'm learning something here and I have to learn it, really receive it and understand that God is going to make a way for me to get through it. Okay. And then I'm going to be able to use that story to have impact in the lives of someone else. That is how this works. Okay. And the same way may go for you. What would you like your life to look like? Right? What do you refuse to let self-doubt hold you back on? Right? Because self-doubt is coming. But what do you refuse to let that be, the crutch that you lean into? Why? Why are you doing what you do? Why is it that you're fighting that thing? Why are you still freaking standing? Okay? Think about it because it's not to waste time. It is for something greater than you, right? And so think about what is it that God has for you that He still wakes you up every day in the midst of the garbage and stuff that happens in life. Why? And it's usually for the impact of someone else. Yes, to impact you, but to also help impact someone else. Okay. And you have to start embracing what that is and what your unique gifts are. Okay, it is such a beautiful truth that I wish that I knew sooner. that yes, I'm loud. Yes, I have ADHD. Yes, I am everywhere. I'm very expressive, as you can tell. And I'm a very sharp shooter and a very big truth teller. And that journey used to be stifled in me. I struggled all the way. I struggled a lot in those places because I'm like, oh, you're too loud, Neena. Oh, you're too this. Oh, you're too that. But going through those struggles really shaped me into learning that I have unique gifts that people jive with. And when somebody's down, I can pick them up. When somebody's going through something, I can be there for them, right? When somebody's low energy, I can bring it up a little to bring them up a little. I didn't know those gifts about me, okay? But my story, your story, is just as important as anybody else's. And it is your freaking superpower because it is what you have. So don't hide it anymore. Embrace it. Okay. There's someone out there who really, really, really needs to have what you have to offer. And the journey has to start with you. Okay. And you can help somebody by helping them unlock their transformation by knowing what your story is. Okay. Now, maybe today's the day that you actually start believing that you are exactly who you're supposed to be, right? Maybe today's the day that you are exactly what you're making what you're supposed to make, that you're impacting people the way you're supposed to impact them. But if you're not, then I want you to embrace who you are, right? And know that you've been through some unique stuff in your life. Yes, somebody can relate, but they'll never see it and do it the way you do it. You're still standing. Why is that? Okay. Now, the other thing I've learned is the gift that we are to other people. And I want to share something that I feel is very true. You don't have to do this alone. Okay. There is a community of people, your tribe, your people out there, that my straight talkers, right? And for years, I used to feel like, maybe people don't get me, what's going on here? I was always in that place of like, oh, I'm a little too loud. People don't know that I have ADHD. I didn't even know I had ADHD. Like I have a little dyslexia, all that kind of stuff. But once I started building a community of people, when I started to be real me, like the real me, right? That changed. And then I realized I'm not meant to walk this path alone. I'm meant to do this with people, right? I'm meant to create a community of people around me that I can jive with them and they could jive with me and they will and make me grow and I will make them grow and we are going to do this together. And that's where all of my business, birthed from, the wisdom to wealth birthed from that, because I want to be around women who are ready to rise together, right? There is power in having a community of sisterhood, of a community of people that get what you're going through and can really glean off of the things that you've gone through, right? This is why I'm always inviting women into my space, because I know that it's power in that. There is something to be said about that, especially when you're in a place of being you and you're understood and you're encouraged and your dreams are really growing and you're collaborating. This is what I want for you. This is what I want for you. This is what I want for me, right? Now, I really, really love just being and hanging out with women. Oh my God, we have so much fun when we do our group coaching calls. We're laughing, we might be crying, but we're creating and we're doing all of those great things. And that comes from building a community where you can be you and not have to be worrying about what everybody's thinking of you. I don't give a what people think about me anymore. I used to, but the one who I care about the most, that cares about me, is my God. Okay. Because he's the one that's calling me to step out into who I am. Otherwise, I would still be like, living under a rock somewhere and just doing my own thing and trying not to be involved with people. And that's not me. I'm always trying to get out there and do things. I'm an extrovert for a reason. Okay. Now, this isn't just me getting on here to say, hey, woohoo for you. I really want you to reach into who you are. And I really want you to know who you are and extend on who you are. And if you're somebody who thinks that you jive with me and you like my inspiration and motivation and whatever have you, then I invite you to join me. I invite you to go ahead and click a link and come into my atmosphere and let's have a talk and let's talk about what it is that you're trying to do. And I'm always offering like free resources and all that kind of stuff. So don't worry about that stuff, but let's start to really start creating what it is you want to create in the world, instead of you being like bogged down with what it is you don't know, or like, well, I don't know if I could do it. Let's just do it. Fear is facing and eliminating all restrictions. And I'm not as scary as you think I am. So if you're a woman out here who really just wants to be a part of a community, and you're saying to yourself, well, I do want to build this and I do want to know how to do it, but I don't know where to start, then go ahead and listen. There's a couple things. You can click on the link that I have right here on the post, which is for a free ebook and checklist. You can go through that whole thing and do it on your own if you want to, but you can also hop on a free call with me and let's just brainstorm. Let's just talk. Let's just be in each other's community. What does that look like? I don't know, but I do want to hear from you, and I do want to hear what you think, what you're working on, what your struggles are. You can leave them in the comments below. I would love to know you a bit more, because at the end of the day, this is why I do this. This is why I wake up. This is why I pour myself out into the world, because I know that it's important for us to take all of the things we have been through in our lives and impact another human being. That's what this is about. Now, I'm going to go eat with my amazing hubby because he bought some barbecue. So I'm going to go ahead and eat with him. But I want to inspire you that you are still freaking standing. So make it count. Make it freaking count. All right. This is Neena Perez, and I hope to hear from you. I really do. I really hope to hear from you. God bless you and good night.